Greetings, vloggers, followers, and potters. Dustin here from Dustin's Dynasty for the second half of this week's vlog. I forgot to mention that on the background, we're still in winter, and we're still experiencing winter here in southwestern Pennsylvania. And the wonderful background I do like because I like that part of the world. It's a very close and very sincere place of the world where a lot of innocentness and happiness happen. So it's still there, and the information on how you can get that virtual background will be included in the video description of both vlogs this week. Without further ado, we're going to get into the second half of this week's vlog. And today we're going to talk about autism and staying asleep. Now we talk about, we know that autism presents a lot of challenges with sleep, myself included. I've just came off of what was a 12-hour sleep. But it's very challenging to get to sleep and stay asleep. It's just it presents a lot of challenges. Being able to shut down from the day's activities and try to come up with a good sleep routine is one of the hardest things an autistic person can do. Our brains are just running at night, and they haven't shut down. And thankfully, I have medicine to help me with that arena. Helping me shut down my brain at night. And sometimes I get reluctant to take it, but I know I have to take it because it helps me be a better person the next day and be happy to be around other people. And so having to take that medicine and having to shut down at the end of the day is really hard for me, but I know that I have to do it, and it's hard. And I know that waking up is sometimes hard too, especially if I know I don't have to go anywhere the next day. That can present a lot of you know, un you know, just un like today, I just didn't wanna get up, and I know I should have got up a lot earlier than what I did. I didn't get up till actually almost 10 o'clock this morning, and I know I should have probably got up around 7, but, things happen, and, you must have deserved that sleep. It's a challenge, and, you just don't know. You just if you if I feel if I need the sleep, then I must have it. Now, will it be hard to go to sleep tonight? Probably. It'll probably be hard because I got up late to shut down, but I know the medicine helps, and that as long as I know that, and I'm able to realize that and take the medicine, it helps with that. Last night I didn't really want to take the medicine, but I did because I knew I would be a better person if I did. And I knew that it would be much better to get through life and not cause so many problems if I didn't. Um, but sleep has been around an autism problem long before, a long time. The most recent study states that 80% of autistic preschoolers uh, to have disrupted sleep in their routines, and I do. I have disrupted sleep. I can get up 3 or 4 times, and and then go back to sleep. So I'm not saying that if I went to bed at 10 o'clock last night, did I got up at 10 o'clock? There was times of up and down, and I have a Fitbit, so that kind of measures your sleep per se, and it doesn't always accurately measure your sleep. So because of us being up and down, up and down, up and down, it doesn't always measure accurately the amount of sleep we're getting technically. We tend to have insomnia, and as it takes us sometimes a longer time to fall asleep than our neurotypical peers. And they say on average 11 minutes is about much longer it takes than our neurotypical peers to fall asleep. And that 11 minutes can seem like the world sometimes. I know that. I know sometimes just sometimes with the aiding of the medicine for me, it helps get to sleep. And I know medicine is not for everyone, but for me, it's a lifesaver, and it helps me get to sleep. But I understand, people cannot take medicine too. So that 11 minutes on that's average, that could be less than or more than, to get to sleep, that could be really hard. You know, um, it's just more. It can be more expensible, and more. autistic people can feel more from if you don't get sleep, 15% of people are 15% of our sleep. And I think mine is more. I had the Fitbit and I didn't measure it, but I think more than 15% of mine is in the REM stage, and that's the rapid eye movement stage. I believe mine is way too much in the REM, but it's what it is, and I do sleep, so there's days like this where I'm on my off days on my weekend days that I feel more at ease and I can sleep more. You know, it could cause more if not getting enough sleep can get more repetitive behaviors and a lower intelligence scores. You're not always alert. You're not always at it. Like you should be. You want to sleep more. And if you don't get sleep at night, I've known sometimes autistics keep their families of autistics keep their children home from school because it just makes it a better place to be around, for the school and for the family, to get some rest. Um, some of the other factors that could be included into why a person cannot sleep is because of comorbidities such as ADHD and GI issues and sensory issues, ADHD issues such as some some autistics take stimulants to help numb the symptoms of ADHD so that things can be more manageable. Gastrointestinal problems are always abound, myself included. They can cause pains or issues can cause issues with that. Sensory issues are always a problem, or not a problem per se, but they're always a challenge, and such as making sure that you have your lights and the sound and your touch things. There's times I feel comfortable with certain things, and outside of my building where I live there is a light, and I have to know to shut the blind every night because no, you should anyway, but that the light is very blinding if it not hit the right way. And I probably got up around 10 o'clock today because that is when the sun pokes in a certain direction through my curtains and into where I sleep. So, I think that's a big factor too, is, being woken by the sun. That really helped get me really in the right place. Not that I'm in a right place, but I'm still struggling with staying awake a little bit, trying to keep the videos done, because they need to be done. But those are all things. Lack of sleep can also be an indicator of depression among autistics, and that should be very well noted, and very well, just be well aware. Some autistics carry mutations that make them prone to sleep problems. So sometimes it's just built in us and our autism, and it's just part of what we do and how we thrive. And it's nothing that anybody can help per se. It's just part of what we have in life. It's part of our autism, and sadly, it's a thing for it's been a thing for a long time. So some of the ways you can help with that is, you know, make sure the temperature and the lighting in the bedroom is adjusted properly, so that, as I have said, so that your autistic person can sleep well. You should have regular bedtime and wake times. And I know as an adult that is a challenge for me because there's times I know I have to go to bed and I don't want to go to bed. And I'm not ready to shut down yet. And that is one of the hardest things for me to do. And I still challenge with it, even being 3 years independent. I still challenge with the ability to shut down and go to sleep. The last few nights I've been wanting to sleep, so that helps, but it still doesn't show that I want to sleep. I want to, and it's like a kind of a want. I'm feeling it, but I don't want to, and that can be a challenge upon itself. It's just, and that's where I get reluctant about taking medicine and things like that. And it's a trigger for me because I want I know I have to go to sleep, but I don't want to go to sleep. And I know I have to, so I take the medicine and I go to sleep. And it's a lot easier. But then days like today where I needed a lot of sleep, it really proved well. And it did well. And I feel a little more, I think just getting moving and getting active and getting better, at moving throughout your day, it helps with a lot of things. Um, you know, some meds have been approved, as I've said. Some have just been approved. My personal med, I'm not going to go into meds, but my med has been approved for irritability. It's used in autistics in youth. I've taken it for 20 years. It's what it is. And there are some meds that have been approved for autistic adults to take for sleeping. And of course, CPAP is a way of help with that as well. If an autistic person has breathing problems, that a CPAP may help ease the sleep. I know it's a big bulky machine and it takes a lot to get used to, but it does help somewhat. Melatonin, they say it may work. I've tried it once when I was on the spring of sorts, and it did not work well. So, you know, better sleep is not going to cure autism. I want to leave you with that takeaway today. Better sleep is not going to cure autism. So you still need sleep regardless, whether you're autistic, neurotypical, whatever. You need that sleep. You need to sleep often, and follow that routine because that's what makes it work. All right. Thank you for listening. As always, be sure to tap at like if you like it. Tap that notification bell if you want to hear more content, and the subscribe button if you want to subscribe to my channel. With that, be sure to follow on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Dustin's Dynasty, on the web at dustinsdynastyusa.com, and there's follow me on Pinterest and TikTok at Dustin's Dynasty ASD. And this vlog will be posted into a podcast on many platforms, including Spotify at Dustin's Dynasty ASD. I want to thank you again for listening. Have a good week. Stay warm. Stay safe, everyone. Have a good week now.